All right, hello and welcome. We got some spicy one today. I have been playing a little bit, really, of a deck similar to this. I've been messing around with blue green Eldrazi back last year, actually, and the deck was definitely a ton of fun. Like basically whenever you're chaining deep fiends, it's a good time. It's just a good time. This card is just pretty sweet. But apparently this deck has been making some waves in modern lately. Uh, Mad Max and Titan didn't do anything wrong. In fact, it's been doing too much right. But yeah, so I wanted to try this list out because I think it won a challenge 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's actually been doing well, which it kind of surprised me. Like I hadn't seen this deck in a while, but of course this card is busted. This card is just busted. So um, this I guess this card kind of reinvigorated the archetype. I guess that once upon a time cannot be too bad either, right? So that is why we're gonna be playing this list today. I copied this list. I think it top 32 the challenge or something like that, the latest challenge. So that is kind of where I stole it from. But we have the classic, the Eldrazi package with these guys, and then we have Elder Deep Fiend. This card is pretty sweet. It's basically like a time walk for your opponent, staple onto a 5/6. It's pretty good. It's okay. We have a one of World Breaker, one of Drowned Hope, and a one of Ugin the Ineffable. This is like the walker that makes all your colorless spells cost two less. We're pairing this with some mana creatures, Noble Hierarch and Gilded Goose, in order to maximize the chances alongside Eldrazi Temple to play Thought here on turn 2. And because we have so many dudes that have 4 more power, we're playing a couple of copies of Star on the Nile. In the sideboard, we have Mystical Disputes because Urza is a deck, Unified Will because Combo is also an archetype, Disdainful Stroke because Urza is a deck. I imagine this is also because of Tron and stuff like that. Collector Oof against artifacts, Fee Decline against aggressive strategies, mostly burn. Spatial Contortion as basically the only removal spell beside the two main deck dismembers. One explosives, one all is dust, and 3 Grafdigger's Cage, which I need. I think I need to get one more copy of. So let's do that real quick. So this is obviously against a graveyard strategies, but yeah, it's kind of like a pretty straightforward deck. The idea is to beat down. Where's Gold Bots? Huh, there's a bunch of bots down today. Weird. Um, but yeah, so the idea is to beat down and then use. Oh yeah, Dum, thank you so much for the 2 trim sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Where are the Titans? The Titans are in the 5-0 dump, my friend. The Titans are in the 5-0 dump. Mismatching Grafdigger's Cage, but that's gonna be fine. Whatever. Alright, sweet. Wait, what happened there? Oh, it's there. Cool. Alright, so let's go. Let's fire up a league. And let's see what happens. Of course, we're playing we're playing some modern in this channel. Besides the exception that I made yesterday where I played some Legacy, this is gonna be almost always from now on a modern only stream. So I am trying to diversify a little bit. I'm still mostly playing Amulet, as everybody will know. I've been streaming Amulet almost exclusively for the past year. So because there's just no modern content out there whatsoever, I am trying to diversify a little bit so that other people can so it's basically available for people to see modern gameplay besides just Amulet, basically. But yeah. I know that the transition is going to be rough in the beginning, but Pioneer's taking over. I have to make sure that doesn't happen. Have to make sure I can keep the modern format alive. All right, let's go. Keranos Red. That's a funny name. Turn 2 Thought Knot, turn 3 Thought Knot. Sounds good. And I'm gonna get a breeding pool here because I want to make sure that I can cast Elder Deep Fiend. Anasho, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome back, the last modern streamer. Yep, that's who I am. That is who I am. Alright, so we're probably playing against something like Storm, maybe? And this hand is like the nuts against something like Storm. So, yeah. So we take the remand, and then we Thought Knot them again next turn. Sounds like a good plan. Steam Vents. I'm Electroman now. And I guess technically we could die here. If my opponent draws the nuts, we could potentially die. We're definitely looking pretty good, though. My opponent would need to... Okay, so they drew a Serum Visions, which is actually good for me, I think. Now they opt. This is the non-foil one. My opponent with all the mismatched lands. They did top, though. Is that a good draw? Oh my god, this deck is just busted. This deck is just busted. Like, holy crap. What is this? Good times, good times. Alright, I like Unified Will. I like Mystical Dispute. Opponent salting in chat, obviously. We're definitely gonna cut the World Breaker. I guess that Oko answers their dudes. So maybe I do want the Oko. Deep Fry does not sound so good, though. Oh man, they're like this. So I imagine that my opponent is gonna be trying to go for Gobos. So I probably do want explosives in my deck. I also kind of do want Spatial Contortion. Like, Grafdigger's Cage is also good, man. We have so many cards that are just awesome. We're only playing one Cavern. That seems rough. Hmm. Is Dispute better than Stroke? Probably, right? I definitely like Unified Will, but I'm not sure about Stroke. And Grafdigger's Cage also sounds very enticing, but I don't think that's the way that I want to go. Stub sounds great. Goose sounds not too great, I guess. Yeah, let's do something like this. I'm trying to be as clean and as aggressive as possible, I guess. Turn 2, yeah. I mean, turn 2 Thought Knot with Dismember on turn 1. This sounds like something that I might be interested in. We definitely want to find the blue source here, because otherwise, poggers. Otherwise, yeah, my opponent's gonna be very not happy about this. Yep, they're gonna be very, very not happy about this. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry. I am sorry, opponent. I didn't mean for it to go this way. That's foil opt. Oh man. Wow. I am very impressed. Oh yeah, we're missing the blue source here, but like the second that we get access to the blue source, like, holy crap. Holy crap. Um I told my opponent come watch the stream and learn how to be this good, and they are like, I kindly decline the offer. I guess they are not appreciating what's going on here. Like, this is honestly, this is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if I were my opponent, I would not be happy either. They do have a shot here though. If I don't draw a blue source here, they could win. I mean, that's not amazing, I guess, but it does speed up the clock. But I can die here. Like, this is what I got. I'm done. I'm like, this is what I got. I don't have anything else. So hopefully this gets there. Yeah, my opponent was not happy about what just happened. All right. Starting 1-0 in what looked like a solid matchup. First thoughts. first thoughts, nuts. The deck can be pretty. I guess the deck has access to some pretty busted draws. Like, Thought Knot Seer has always been like kind of broken. And what I really like is like the addition of the 2 Gilded Goose kind of maximizes the chances of turn 2 Thought Knot, while also giving the option of turn 2 Oko, which is probably also going to be insane when we get to do that. But yeah, as we just saw, like, the mana base is not great, right? Like, it probably can be improved on a little bit. And I guess that kind of explains the reason why we only have a single Cavern of Souls in the deck instead of having multiples. Like, we literally just saw what happened right there, right? My hand was like Starward Denial, double Mystical Dispute, and I just could not cast any of my cards. Okay, another turn 2 Thought Knot. I'm gonna keep this. A 2-0 wrap against Shadow? No. Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool, Gilded Goose. So this is probably the Urza deck. I'm gonna play Hierarch on 1. Gives me access to turn to Thought Knot, or if I want to play around some kind of discard spell or something, I can some kind of discard spell, some kind of like Mystical Dispute kind of card. I can Dismember plus, or like Hierarch plus Steerings. It definitely, I mean, my opponent went turn 1 Scalding Tarn into Breeding Pool Gilded Goose, so I'm definitely putting them on Simic Urza. Oh, you're a band player, Medley Mage? There, where they go. Another Gooserino. So if they play a... yeah. So I guess they're holding up Mystical Dispute here. Or I guess they're not holding up Mystical Dispute. Or they are. Or no, they're not. Thoughtcast. Emry, Lurker of the Lock. So I think I'm gonna Thought Knot here. My opponent can explosives thanks to the Emry, but if they wow. Must be nice. I think I take the Ursa here, right? My opponent cannot cast. They only have a single food, and their Mox Opal is not active right now. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna take the Ursa here. If my opponent Oko pluses on Thought Knot, at least they can clock it and they can threaten lethal with the double Noble Hierarchy. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna do this. And then I can, like, when my opponent plays the other Ursa, we can dismember it at least. Kind of lucky that we didn't, like, they didn't find anything good of the Embryo, really. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Game 1 on the play, hand is once upon a time times 2, steerings, forest, castle, Rex Sage, amulet, blind matchup, do you keep? Once upon a time times 2, steerings, forest, castle, Rex Sage, amulet. Huh. I think I probably do keep that. Yeah, I think I would actually keep that, yeah. Alright, explosives for 0 just to enable Mox Opal. So they're gonna play the Ursa here, most likely. Which we can dismember. Another Mox Opal. Okay. Very clean sequence from my opponent. Create a food token. Alright. Cavern is very likely gonna name Eldrazi, so let's plan my turn here. So I think I'm going to play 2 Hierarchs. And I'm gonna serve at the Yoko. My opponent probably chumps with the Goose. And then I dismember this guy. I guess I only need to play 1 Hierarch, which also allows me to play out Matter Reshaper. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna play Hierarch. This means that the Thought Knot swings for 6. TP Crimson with the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Attack Oak. Thanks for all the content. Thank you so much, TP Crimson, for the support. Appreciate it. Probably the Goose jumps in there. So we're gonna name Eldrazi here. We're going to cast a Matter Reshaper. And we're gonna dismember this guy. Opponent has 0 cards in hand. This matchup does not look good for us. I imagine that is why this deck has so many like extra things in the sideboard for the Ursa matchup. Like we have multiple this mystical dispute. We have um, multiple disputes, multiple of the other thing, the disdainful stroke. So I guess I'm going to start with steerings and see what happens. What is this junk? I mean, it's a deck that has been doing not bad lately, so that's why I'm trying it out to see what happens. Force of Negation. That seems kind of gritty. That's a Thought Knot and a Gilded Goose. Huh. Think I'd rather have a Thought Knot. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. I definitely would have liked to find like a Reality Smasher or something like that in there. Alright, Emery dying is kind of a big deal, honestly. So now I don't need to be afraid, like, because now there's a bunch of cards that are not good top decks for my opponent anymore. Like Mishra's Bubble is not a good top deck for my opponent anymore. They drew a Karn. It's not bad. They can't really minus here. They would need to top to a plus, and they can't really plus on anything. We're actually playing Oko ourselves, actually. Yeah, so put in pluses. We're not really 1, 2, 3. I have 4 mana at most, so we're not really afraid of getting. We're not really afraid of getting like this is what I was looking for. Reality Smasher. All right, so this goes at Karn. This goes at Karn. This goes at Oko. If they want to kill the Thought Knot, that's probably just fine. And I'm going to kill the Construct, obviously, because the Construct grows with the food that the Oko generates, so... Oh, I should have attacked everything at the Karn. That's right. Wow, that was actually pretty big punt there. Yikes! Because now I can get Ensnare Bridged here. I forgot that. Yeah, I didn't think of that block. That was a mistake. I should have attacked with everything, because now we can get Ensnare Bridged. But that means we can draw Oko and just win the game. Yep, there's the bridge. Noble Hierarch can still attack. It's just hilarious. I guess now we can't, but... Alright. Now we wait. We need to draw an Oko, and then we win. But we have 2 turns to draw it, because Karn is going to plus once, plus twice. and then on the third turn they're going to get lattice. So they drew an Urza. All right, well. Oko? Nope. Mm. We can't really draw anything besides Soko at this point. Not game one. Yeah, Elder Deep Fried would be the only one, the other option. But at this point, Elder Deep Fiend, my opponent top deck the third Ursa, so like Elder Deep Fiend doesn't do anything now because my opponent can just like generate way too much mana. I cannot stop them from doing stuff. I could have drawn the other Deep Fiend there to tap them out and then prevent them from playing Ursa, and then I could thought not the Ursa away. But yeah, that did not happen, obviously. So yeah, this is too much. This is certainly too much. Another Oko? Sure. So they're gonna destroy Ursa? That doesn't really achieve anything though, because we're getting latticed. So I think I'd rather just concede and move on to the next game, right? We're not really doing anything. All right, strokes, disputes, Ufus. All this does looks kind of legit. Worldbreaker. Oh, nice. Yeah, Worldbreaker would have also been a very good card for us to draw there. Stabby. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Dismember, I guess it's fine, but it kind of sucks. Hmm. It would have been fine to see an Oko at any point during that game. Sideboarding looks pretty rough though. I have no idea what we what we want to take out. I know that these are the cards that I want to bring in. Maybe even the explosives, really, but I don't think I'm gonna go the explosives route. Not when I'm bringing in Collector Rufus. Rufus. Warbreaker looks great. I guess Deep Fried doesn't look awesome. Shooting one Gilded Goose because the food is probably not going to be particularly relevant because of Karn. However, it's mana fixing though, which we are kind of struggling with. Nah, I think it's fine. 2 cards. I kind of do like the Ugin a fair amount, so I think I'm going to keep it. Maybe the Matter Reshaper sucks. Yeah, Matter Reshaper actually. Yeah, I should have taken out more Matter Reshapers actually, because I'm taking out Deep Fiends, and without Deep Fiends, like Matter Reshaper becomes so much worse. Oof. Yeah, we're gonna be mulling into 5 here. Yeah, I'm streaming, Jeff Get. I guess I keep this. Keep, and we're gonna bottom the coast and the breeding pool. I'm gonna find the breeding pool we just bottomed. I'm gonna play a Noble Hierarch here. Gooserino. Okay. Yeah, Matter Reshaper looks really bad in this matchup. I didn't play the Oof because there's kind of like no reason for me to right now. Next turn I'm gonna be playing the Oof, and I didn't want to expose it to an Oko, you know. Hey, Simplical, how you doing? It's a strong turn 2 for my opponent. Another Matter Reshaper. I mean, I guess I'm clocking my opponent. Yeah, if we move on to game 3, I am very much gonna be deciding out these stupid Matter Reshapers. Opponent draws 3 cards. They basically have an Ancestral. They can cast Urza here, which is it's just gonna be brutal. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be bringing in the Smasher. I'm gonna take out all 4 Matter Reshapers because this card sucks, and I'm gonna be bringing in the Smasher. All is dust, and I guess just like a mice. I'm gonna get back the Gilded Goose in there. So my opponent's holding up Cryptic here. I guess that we just jam anyway. Like there's nothing we can really do, right? Like we're extremely far behind. We're down to 0 cards. And even if my opponent Cryptic taps my team to stop me from attacking, that means that like I'm not gonna be able to cast the Smasher this turn anyway, so we're still in the same position next turn. So I'd rather my opponent counter my spell than draw a card, because now they're down 1 mana. Okay, so now they didn't tap my dudes, so now I can bring them down to 4. They can't gain life because the food is locked out because of the Oof. And now in casting that Cryptic, they use their only food, so down to 3. Oko. Yep. So they can Oko their Astrolabe or whatever. I guess they're Moxel Bull, that's fine. Once upon a time. Can I find anything here? Not really. But I can set up for next turn. So I guess I can attack everything at them, and they're forced to trade. So they're forced to trade here, and they're forced to chomp here. So the 2 damage is gonna get through. Matter Shaper reveals disdainful stroke. That's fucking great. All right. That was lucky. And look at me tapping properly, so my opponent cannot like Oko my thing and then play an Urza post in the second main phase in order to stabilize. Look at me playing properly. So Matter Shaper clearly busted. It clocks your opponent. It's just great. Everything I said about Matter Shaper, erase it. It's awesome. Nah, it's still terrible. Still terrible, but it worked out. Yeah, so the only thing my opponent can really do here, I guess, is to play another Oko. So they would need to Oko, make a 3-3, Oko, play second Oko, make another 3-3, and then... Wow. Oof, this did so much work there. That's insane. Alright, Smasher back in, Reshapers, GTFO. All is Dust and Elder Deep Fried, I think are going to be my choices here. Oh no, Gilded Goose instead of Elder Deep Fried. That's right. Yeah, I like this. Mul to 5, no problem. Mul to 5, no problemo. Also, All is Dust, not a great combo. We wanted Smasher, huh? All is Dust, not a great combo with all our Noble Hierarchs and stuff. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this hand, I think. And I think I'm gonna bottom the Steerings. I think I'm gonna bottom the Smasher, actually. We're not gonna have infinite time to cast these Ancient Steerings, though, so I'm gonna try to like get them out of the way ASAP, basically. Prismatic Vista also probably gonna get a Forest, but that means that it's gonna be tough. Like I'm gonna need to find some blue sources to cast my counter magic. I guess there's that. Huh. Okay, so I'm gonna get a snow-covered forest here, and then I'm gonna be able to get an island with the Prismatic Vista. Also, I just realized that I'm playing snow-covered lands, and I have no idea why. I don't like snow-covered lands. My opponent's holding up Mystical Dispute, isn't he? Do I jam this Oko into Dispute? I guess it's not Dispute, it's Rebuke. Metallic Rebuke. Or I can just use this, take this turn off to cast multiple Ancient Steerings. Now, I think I need to get ahead, right? Yeah, I feel like I need to get ahead. So they're gonna rebuke this, but that allows me to smash our next. Oops! That resolved? How? How did that resolve? Huh. Well, I was not expecting that to resolve. What do we do now? I guess we probably Elk the Goose and stop my opponent's mana production. This is bad if my opponent has an Oko, but if they had an Oko, they would have played it then. Goose. I'm trying to play around this Disdainful Stroke over there. That's why I'm doing things like this. And here I'm going to get the Breeding Pool instead of the Eldrazi Temple, actually, because the Breeding Pool here allows me to... Whoops, I played my land already. My bad. But it gives me a blue source, which is nice. Hey, Asgard, how you doing? I think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to make the food a 3/3. Feel like I'm fine on mana. And I'm gonna represent counter magic instead of just playing a steerings. Oko is such a busted card. It is so funny that they didn't figure that out. That's not Amulet. No, no, it's not. No, it's not. We're playing some Okos and some Eldrazi's and some bad stuff. White? Wow, my man just jams into my represented counter magic. No respect. No respect at all. Alright, so that's a great draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna shock here, fetch for an island, play Smasher. And I can smash here, so they can chomp here. Yeah, they can minus for bridge, but I can just elk it, so I don't care. So I'm just gonna hold up the Gilded Goose here. I'm going to attack Karn, attack Karn. I'm gonna see how my opponent blocks. Maybe they throw the 1/1 under the 3/3 and they make the Karn take 5. Interesting. Okay. This looks good. So I make a food token. Pass the turn. Jeff Cat with that tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much for the support. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it better, on your opinion, do you blue-green over Bant Eldrazi? I have no idea, honestly. I have only, right now, started messing around with this deck. Like, this is literally my first league with the deck, so I'm very much not well-versed on this deck, so I couldn't really tell you. I think I'm disputing this. Yeah, because I'm gonna need to, like, I don't want my opponent to get value here. So we're gonna elk the bridge and clear the card next turn. Actually, we don't even need to elk the bridge, don't we? So let's start here. Start with steerings. We have a value land there, so I guess we're gonna pick that one. Then I'm gonna steerings again. Find a Thought-Knot Seer. That is kind of sexy right here. Alright, so let's play TKS. Let's see what my opponent's up to over there. Because I'm going to elk the bridge anyway, so like it doesn't matter the way that we sequence this, and I can see if they have a Path to Exile or something. Like, I still have not activated my Yoko, and they can't answer the Yoko at instant speed with a single blue-white mana. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of. So we could have like tried to not elk the bridge there, but we would have gotten we would have gotten got by that Path to Exile right there. So, oh yeah. So I guess that we get the Karn here. My opponent only has a Path and a Misty left. Now we Elk the bridge. And Brigantagio Goblinagio, thank you so much. That's like a sweet name. I love it. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. We can even attack, right? Like, I guess if my opponent draws exactly Yoko, it forces a chump, but I'm also like clocking them. So this is fine. This is gonna clear it, and then like my opponent has no mana. This at them, this at Karn. Dope. Playing Sanctum of Ugin, being able to trigger it only with one always does from sideboard? No. The concept is interesting that they trade there. So now they can't actually clear Mayoko, which is great for me. The concept is that you want to change Elder Deep Fiends, which are in my sideboard right now. So Elder Deep Fiend gets triggered by this. Triggers the Sanctum. They played a Misty. Worldbreaker triggers the Sanctum. All is Dust triggers the Sanctum. There's actually a reasonable amount of cards that trigger the Sanctum of Ugin. Smash you. They drew a Cryptic. Oh no, okay. So they passed the other Smasher. Yeah, so this is just awesome. Elk the food. Take 8. Opponent's probably gonna sack the food. We make a food end step with the Gilded Goose. I hate Oko so much. I mean, we're seeing like the amount of work that Oko has done this game is just insane, right? Like how like, wow. We mulled to 5 and then we mulled to 6 and then we still got there. Okay, so this deck might be real. This deck might be much more real than we're giving it credit for. This hand looks a little bit slow. We're on the play. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ship this. We can do better than this. This is looking for a Hierarch or an Eldrazi Temple, and even still, it's not doing anything until turn 3. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ship it. This looks better, I guess. And we're gonna bottom the Prismatic Vista. I guess we can also bottom the Yamaya Coast. Yeah, because I guess I'd rather clean my deck with the fetches. So let's start here. Thought not. Alright. We're gonna get Vista, Snow-Covered Forest, play Hierarch, go. We're gonna be able to fetch wastes with the Vista. That's the reason why we're playing the Vista in the first place. So we're gonna play Misty, swing for 1. And we're holding up Stubby D. This deck did pretty well at my SCG IQ. Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of nice so far, honestly. Like, we've been doing some, like, pretty real stuff so far. Like, that match 1 against Storm was just... It felt unfair, honestly. So they know that I have a TKS, they don't know that I have a land. So I guess that my best draw would be... So we stop this, and then we untap on TKS. Is it Charm? I wonder what my opponent is up to over there. It's kind of nice to be able to fetch for wastes, honestly. Alright, so what do we got here? Growth Spiral, Cryptic, Pierce through Depth. So we're playing against Scapeshift. We're playing against Scapeshift. So I think... So my opponent's going to get to Growth Spiral plus Pierce through Depths this next turn. So do I want to mess this up by taking the Growth Spiral? The only problem with that is that my opponent has a Cryptic in hand, which is a 2-for-1. I think I take the Cryptic here, and I just... I don't know. I just have to draw into more stuff at this point. They play Breeding Pool tapped. Huh. Play Hierarch. Swing 6. I should have actually tapped the Hierarch there. That was a mistake. Take 6. Play a Reshaper. Pass the turn. And then my opponent is gonna need to like chain Cryptics or something. Yeah, we're definitely playing against Rogue Scapeshift. World Breaker. Ugh, we're short on mana. Tap creatures, draw a card. Yeah, we can't do anything about this. It's so sad that we don't have any way to punish them, like, you know, second main phase Anoko, or actually set up lethal here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're one short of lethal, even if they don't have ways of chaining Cryptics. Search for tomorrow. Okay, so if they have Scapeshift, they just kill us here. Looks like they do. Yep. Wow. Yeah, my opponent's draw just... I think my draw was like just a little bit lackluster. If I had been able to play this World Breaker, I might have been gotten somewhere, but didn't quite work out. So we're gonna see all the mountains. Yep, so they got it. We're fine. All right. Game number 2. We want these... We've been bringing in the counter magic literally every single game. So we want this and nothing else. Drowner sounds terrible. Eugene sounds terrible. These members obviously sound terrible. Stubby D sounds good. Goose sounds good. Worldbreaker seems like it could be good, but just like a little bit too slow. But I think that Deep Fiend is just better than Worldbreaker because of the the time walk effect. No, I think I'd rather like Oko just pressures and it can force my opponent to need one more land. Like if we had an Oko there and we had been able to make a food, for example, my opponent could not have killed me. I guess like I shocked when I didn't know what my opponent was playing. So maybe I think I would have gained 3 to 15. There was one turn where we didn't use our mana. So if I had been able to like gain 3 life and I had fetched differently instead of fetching for the breeding pool, we would have been able to stay away from Scapeshift life total. So I think that Oko is okay. It's also an early play. Like what I don't want to happen is I basically never want to draw more than one of these guys, right? No, because the difference is that Oko is also a clock. Feed the Clan only gains life. Like Feed the Clan is almost specifically against burn, basically. That's like the only matchup where I would want Feed the Clan. Oko actually puts a pretty real clock on our opponent. It delays our enemy plan anyway too. Yes, it does, but it like we're using a card that only does that, right? Like we're using a card that only delays the enemy plan for like one turn. While Oko is just a card that puts a clock on my opponent and also delays the enemy plan. Like I would rather delay the enemy plan with these cards than with this card, if that makes sense. Because this is so like tempo tempo positive for us. Because it forces my opponent to use like 4 mana, and then we're answering their cryptic with like a single mana with the Mystical Dispute. Okay, so gonna shave the World Breaker though. One thing that I've been noticing is that we're super short on lands. Like we have had to mulligan multiple hands because we just did not have lands. So that's definitely something to take into account. So we're gonna bottom the Yamayakos because I don't want to be taking damage multiple times. And I guess we're gonna bottom the Albert Deep Fiend because we're like so far away from it. So once upon first. Sure, that's like an awful one to pick up there, but another Matter Reshaper. Sure. Mono Matter Reshapers. Brutal. Yeah, this effective time walk is just so bad for us. Oh, Steeb. Oh, now you show up, Goose? Come on. I'm gonna find an island here. And I guess I'm gonna Oko here. It can get Force of Negation, but I really doubt my opponent has Force of Negation in their deck right now. But we can start like clocking here. Opponent probably locks. Yep. Yeah, I definitely feel like I need some kind of counter magic now. It's nice that here the Goose is going to generate the mana, the food, so I can swing for 9 next turn, which puts my opponent on a 2-turn clock. I really doubt it's going to be enough. Like we need to draw some kind of counter magic. I don't think we can win this game without drawing counter magic, basically. If we're not dead next turn, which we're at exactly 19, so it's probably safe to say that we're not dead next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess they could play land, search for tomorrow, and then Scapeshift. So if they do that, then we're dead. But okay. Combat. Swing, swing, swing. Eldrazi. I almost typed giant there. Just the classic. Um, I guess I could play this Shaper here. I think I'd rather hold the information in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can make a food end step, and like we can, I guess, instill the fear. That's like all that I'm doing here. If no, at this point my opponent has 8, right? They have 8 mana going on here. So at this point they can deal like up to 36 damage if I'm not mistaken. So at this point it's just not fast enough. It would be so nice. No, because they get 2 Valakuts and 6 mountains. So each mountain triggers twice, so that's 6, 12, and 36. If we had gotten up to 36 life, which I guess we could have, but it would have taken way too much longer. Yep. I mean, we moved to 5, and we just like didn't see any piece of interaction, even though we had like 9. Is that correct? Is 9 correct? They're all going face. Yep. All right, GG's. That was kind of sad. I did feel like we had a solid chance of winning there. Like we would, Elder Deep Fiend would have been good. I guess he wouldn't have because my opponent had enough lands, so never mind. So this, I guess, this is discarded. Thought Knot would have been great because we could have made it uncounterable. So Thought Knot would have counted. Stubby D would have not counted. Mystical Dispute also not would have counted. Unified Will and Disdainful Stroke would have. So I guess that we didn't have that much. We had like 7 piece cards that would have interacted very favorably with what we had going on there with like that situation. So I guess it wasn't that much. Still, it was 7 cards that we dug like 10 cards deep because we cast Once Upon a Time and Ancient Steerings, and we dug 10 cards deep and we didn't see any of the 7 cards, and we also didn't see any of the Eldrazi temples in time because that would have allowed me to play Reshaper on 2 instead of turn 3, which would have sped up the clock by 3 damage. Hope 1 Valakut in hand, yeah, I guess that was the out. But if it had been in hand, then they would have played it out. How many more games are you and I playing today? I'm gonna be playing 2 leagues. So this is the 4th game of the first league. Okay, I like this. Like this in. We once upon on 1, and thanks to the goose, we have access to a potential turn 2 Thought Knot if we find the Thought Knot here. Turn 2 Oko if we draw that. Alright. Once upon. I kind of want to take the Noble Hierarch here, because this Gilded Goose is going to ramp me once, and the Hierarch just ramps me consistently, so I think I'm going to take the Hierarch. It sucks bottoming the Smasher, but we can find, like, we have 2 steerings, so we can find some more ways of using our mana. Next turn, I'm probably going to just Goose plus Reshaper, and on the following turn, I can Trident Steerings into something. Delayed Cover Scout. This matchup seems pretty bad for us. This matchup seems pretty bad for us. In the sideboard, we want. Oh, I guess we do have things in the sideboard though. Explosive sounds insane. Dust sounds insane, and that's about it. Yeah, we don't really have that many options in the sideboard either. Never mind. Stubby D could be legit though. Got a Rancor. Got the first strike too. They do. Brutal. Yep. So I guess I don't want to chump because I might find a deep fried off of these steerings, and I need the reshaper to be alive in order to tap out my opponent and stuff. So let's start there. So I'm gonna steerings first. I really want to see another deep fiend. Yes, yes. So this is an effective time walk here. We get to attack for 4. Attack for 4. Tap my opponent out. Alternatively, I could play out a Thought Knot. No, but the Deep Fiend actually makes it so my opponent can't attack me. Yeah, so that seems better. So this is going to be blue, blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I can chain them? Yeah, okay, I'm game. I am game. Do I own Okos now? Yeah, I do. I bought 3 of them because I don't know why. Like the bot that I got them from, I bought 3 of them when the bot that I got them from was like selling them for like 30 ticks or something. And then I'm like, they only had 3 of them, and I thought, okay, that's fine. I get the other one later, and then they spiked back up to like 50 or something. Oh yeah, we're totally tapping that Rancor and that Ethereal Armor. Don't worry about that. Ew. Wow. I guess we can get Worldbreaker here. One. Oh, we're out of mana now, so we can't. All right, so it's gonna be another Deep Fiend, I guess. Standard players saying out made them so like when they announced the banning, I bought them for 30, and then they immediately spiked back up. So that was pretty brutal. Huh. So we can swing for 6. Swing for 6. Down to 7. I tap these 2 to Deep Fiend, sack in my other Deep Fiend, and then I make a food. Then on my following turn, yeah. I kind of want to. I really need another Deep Fiend, I guess. Blue. Blue. What do you think about the Titan matchup versus Simic Urza? I think it's good. Like I'm very happy with my matchup against Simic Urza with Primetime. I think it's hard. but I am very confident in it. I think it's super like skill intensive and stuff. What are you gonna run the second league? Probably is this list again. All right. That's not lethal. That's a thought not. So I guess I start here. One, two, three, four, five. So this smasher is lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're at 4. Yeah. Why would they find a shock land there? None of these. Grant lifelink. Smasher's lethal. GG's. Got him. I'm asking because I'm an Urza player. Any tips for me to make the matchup a bit better? Running one Ashok in the board yet, but want to get even better. I mean, how can I help you out there? Honestly, I just think that the matchup it's just very good for you. So I'm not sure why you would want to make it even better. I mean, I the other way around. I mean, I think that the matchup is very good for Amulet, but if you want to clean it up, you probably want to add some number of Ashioks. You probably want to. I've seen lists running Drowning the Lock, for example, and I've also seen lists running to Fairy 3. Those can be pretty problematic. Also, Karn is pretty good against Amulet. So if you're running the Karn version of the Simic Urza deck, it's probably a little bit better because like Karn blanks explosives, which is a big deal in the matchup. What else? I hate losing turn 1 Amulet. I mean, you can just turn it into an Elk, so it's like usually the game almost never ends in the first 3 or 4 turns. Very often it goes up to like turn 9, 10, and then just the Amulet deck just outgrinds you. I think that Field of the Dead is the most important card in the matchup. Oh, that's right, we're sideloading. Kind of don't like Oko. A couple of these members, we're leaving those in because of. I think I'm just gonna take the runner out. This destroys, yeah, this destroys enchantments. I'm leaving these members because of the core spirit dancers. So we got Goose, we got Steerings. I guess I keep this. It's not great though. When it has a ley line. Okay. What are we playing against? Bogles. So, what do I want to draw here? My opponent playing a Core Spirit Dancer here on turn 2 would be the best possible scenario for me. Then I just dismember it and lol. Bogles? Who pronounces it Bogles? Why would anybody pronounce it Bogles? Also, funny thing, it's that People often spell it with 2 G's, and Slippery Bogle actually has 1 G, which I find funny. What is here? Oof. Dusterino. I mean, we only have one copy of this, right? So we kind of have to like hope that we get there. We have to take it now because otherwise it's going to go to the bottom of the deck, and then we just have to hope that we somehow get there. Currently, we're sitting at 3 mana. 4 next turn, maybe. If we get there, we're obviously going to win, but my opponent might kill me before that. So I guess we're just gonna be on the make food with the goose and try to gain some life that way, because like my opponent's clocking me very quickly there. So give me Eldrazi Temples, give me double Hierarchs, that's what I want. Steerings. I guess this guy still doesn't have flying though, so we do get 1 chomp from the goose, which is pretty good. I don't think we take it here. I think we have to get a little bit greedier. We need to extract more value. We're gonna make it food this turn. Again, this goose represents 1 mana, right? So we can just like freely chomp with it. It's kind of a big deal. Temple. Okay. Hierarch. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're 1 mana away. And we're at the virtual 8 life. So my opponent still does not have lethal here. Any enchantment does it. Is my opponent able to get any enchantment on their Gladecover Scout? Redraws? Redraws? And do they get there? No! Okay, so we have 1 draw step. We got 1 draw step. The most realistic scenario for me to win is when I can Cryptic tap the Amulet board fully. Yeah, that doesn't do it. Wow, any land would have done it. Literally every land would have done it, but my opponent having the Griff Spoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yikes. I guess also explosives would have done it. Oh, I guess explosives kiss my Hierarch, so never mind. Alright, we got that. Alright. Most likely for me to win is when I Cryptic tap the Amulet board for lethal. Is that your experience as well? I mean, I bring in like Deceitful Stroke and Counter Magic for Cryptics, but usually what happens is like the ways that I use is the Urza player gets ahead too quickly with Embry and Oko, and then I just can't catch back up. Anything we want to change? Not really. Maybe we want Oko over this member. Kind of into that, actually. Like, my opponent might not be playing Core Spirit Dancer at all, actually. Again, mana issues. This hand is actually great, though. So we're gonna bottom. What do we bottom? Vista, I guess. Okay, yeah, the Vista. No leyline this time around, which is of course good for us. Another thought, not sure. Breeding Pool. Goose. We really need to find a land though, because we're gonna get to Thought Knot on 2, which is great. But if we want a Thought Knot on 3, we're gonna need to find a land. We only saw one land there. We did bottom a land though, of course. If I had known that I was gonna find another Thought Knot, I would have kept the land. But how could I have known? Tap green. There we go. Yeah, you see that it has only a single G. Funny, right? Matter Reshaper is here to save the day. Hell yeah. Matter Reshaper's got my back. Okay, so what do I care about here? I guess the Daver Coronet is by far the best card. It effectively gives the Boggle protection from creatures, because I can't ever block it anymore, so... If they double Rancor this Boggle... Alright, so they're gonna go in for the pro creature thing instead. Wow. This is so bad for us. So mana issues again have been the main problem that I've seen with this deck. So I wonder if there's any way that we can fix that. And the answer is, of course, yes. We just play more lands. Easy. Alright, so there's a Temple Garden. Hyena Umbra. Double Rancor. So here they 7 me. Land. It's like a land proxy. So my opponent only has 7. Play Amulet Titan next league. Gilgamesh, I have been playing Amulet forever, and I played on Monday as well. So I am trying to. I mean, I know that people come here because they want to see Amulet, but I want to, make sure that I'm creating content. Nobody's creating modern content, right? So I want to make sure that people who maybe don't like Amulet can also, find modern content here. So I understand that people know me because I play Amulet, so it's no surprise. But yeah, so I can swing for 4 here, and I can make sure that my opponent does not have a blocker. Next turn, if I draw any land, I can present lethal. If my opponent doesn't find another blocker, or like if they get a little bit too careless. So we're going to take the Boggle here. Yeah, exactly, Gilgamesh. That's the point, right? Like the fact that everybody's streaming Pioneer, so I want to make sure that I diversify the content that I put out. It's just that basically. Sorry. All right, so we actually need to draw something here. We only have access to 4 mana, so I guess that we need to draw explosives. We can't block because it says pro creatures. But we have 8 plus 5, 13. So we can put my opponent down to 1, which is, of course, not lethal. 1, confirm, not 0. I can't gain life with the goose. Yes, we're just dead here. I don't think there's anything that we can do. Again, mana issues. Mana issues has been the story of all the every match that I played, that I lost, has been because of mana issues, I think. All right, 2 and 2. Hopefully we can get a 2-2 with the deck, because it definitely showed its potential in the early match, right? So we want to make sure. All right, we do find an opponent. We're playing against a guitar gymnast. I mean, this hand could be anything, so we have to keep it, right? Of course, we start on Once Upon. Hopefully, we find one of our 1-mana creatures. That would be nice. Put him most to 4. Once Upon. What do we see? Thought Not Seer. Okay. Trying to find the Eldrazi Temple here. We're gonna have 2 turns to find the Eldrazi Temple, and that allows us to play Thought Not on 2. Just like that one. That's the one that I wanted. 4 lands going to the bottom, though. That's definitely something to be wary of. How we're really playing against Boggle twice in a row? That's hilarious. Well, now that we have the lands, I guess that we can do this now. If I was gonna play the... Oh, no, never mind. We didn't know that. Playing against Bogles twice in a row. That is hilarious. Taking 2 here, because I'm gonna Thought Not my opponent, see what they got going on over there. Nice. Well, we're gonna need some blue sources in play, so what you got? Daybreak Coronet. Well, very happy that we managed to get that one in time. That would have been a problem. Racing a Daybreak Coronet is like even more impossible than racing a freaking Wormcoil or something. This is also actually a problem. So if I smash here, yeah, I'm definitely smashing here. One mana thing off the top is going to be an issue, but like the fact that we can't Once Upon into an Oko nor a Dismember makes me very interested in doing this. Like we really wish we had drawn an answer to this Core Spirit Dancer there. Opponent concedes. Alright, they didn't draw the 1 mana thing. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing that we did earlier. We're gonna take out the Drowner. Except that now that my opponent showed me the Core Spirit Dancer in this matchup, I probably want to make sure that I can answer that. So I guess we do something like this. Modern. Shut up, Chief. Modern's great. They keep 7. Yeah, we have to ship this, right? This seems also something I want to ship. Oh my. Okay, I guess we keep this. Bottom. This and this. Like, I'm really hoping that my opponent has a dismemberable threat. Dismemberable threat. Nope, they have the Boggle. Alright, that's something though. I'm gonna get Breeding Pool here because we might need to change dudes at one point. Chain dudes at one point. You only started winning because I left to Pioneer. I was winning very much before in the last season as well, Chief. Were you playing Pioneer before it was existing? Just saying. Just saying. Alright. Show me that Spirit Dancer. That's not a Spirit Dancer. That's definitely not a Spirit Dancer. TKS. I too like lying to myself. I mean, it's not lying if it's the truth, I don't think, but I might be wrong on that. Am I interested in chump blocking here? I actually might be. I feel like I need to draw something here. Vomit. Yeah, I feel like I really need to draw an Engineered Explosives now, so I'm gonna chump just so I can get closer to it. Once upon. That doesn't find explosives. Technically, this does find explosives, though. Can we play Primetime in Legacy? I tried, Chief. It's no good. I really did try. It did not work out. Sacrifice food for white. Explosives. If they don't attack for lethal, do I crack EE or not? I think I don't. Now, of course, this member is dead, though. I think I need to crack now. I don't think I can afford to take this amount of damage. They're going to get back to Rancor, but we are going to be able to, hopefully, if we draw land, play a defensive Reality Smasher. Classic. Yeah, timely explosives are probably it's not going to be enough. We definitely need more. Yep, we definitely need more. Have a path. Probably they do. I mean, Eldrazi with the cavern here ain't do anything. Maybe better call Brother Goose. That's actually a good point. Interesting. Okay, so if I take the path, my opponent attacks, I chomp, they draw a card and they get to suit up this Glade Cover Scout. But it gives me another turn to draw any land to cast Smasher. Or they can just draw a first strike thing and I die. Alright. Anything else? Not really. Let's try it again. Were you upset no bounce to Modern? No, I think that Modern is actually in a fine spot. People have been complaining about the Urza deck, and I think that it is the best deck in the format, but I don't think it's like absurdly oppressive or anything like that. So, okay, so we're gonna keep this. I'm gonna bottom the Goose, and then take it from there. Just turn it into an Elk. I mean, I've been having like very okay matchups against the Urza deck. Basically, I've been beating it pretty consistently. Eldrazi Temple out of all of this, yes, thank you, please and thank you. We still have steerings to try to hope to draw into all this dust or the other thing. But yeah, for the next league, I am pretty interested in playing another land in the deck. I don't know what it's gonna be. Maybe another basic, or maybe another breeding pool. But yeah, I think that if you are good at the format, Chief, you can definitely win in Modern against the Urza deck, because I've been doing so. But you know, you can only do so much. You personally can only do so much, you know. Yeah, we're definitely getting rid of this Spirit Dancer. Get out of here. My opponent can path my TKS. That is probably okay. They can also find the Dried Eyebrow and suit that up. I think they're gonna path me though. And they do. So now we're up to 5, potentially 6 mana. Even if we find another Ancient Steerings off of these, another Eldrazi Temple of these Ancient Steerings, like it's still kind of fine because we're gonna be able to hardcast our Deep Frieds. Steerings. 4. Turn to TKS. Yeah, I know it's solid. Steerings for Smasher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Smasher, because we can cast it this turn. So let's do that while we're at it. Turn on that clock. 6, yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're 1 mana short of hard casting this Deep Fiend, but my opponent just concedes because they never find the Boggle. Sweet. Alright. First league was nice. We're gonna probably make some changes for game 2, but if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for checking out the video. If you would like to see the second league, don't forget to check out the link down below. And yeah, see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all the good stuff. Take care.